So today we are going over the basics of sound and hearing, specifically how do your ears even process sound. So we're going to be looking at sound production and making sure you know that you need to be protecting your hearing. We'll know we got it if we know what a frequency is. And the big question is, how do you process sound? So a couple definitions for you. Decibel, this is the unit measured the intensity of sound or the power level. And frequency, the rate at which something occurs, is repeated, or the vibration that constitutes a wave making sound. So the decibel, this is how loud it is. The frequency, this is what pitch it is. So how high or low the pitch is. So sound in its most basic form is just vibrating molecules. Molecules is going and make sound. When energy is applied, vibration, we get sound. So think about your vocal cords. You can put your hands up here and talk, sing, hum something. You can feel your vocal cords, your vocal folds vibrate. When you apply that energy, you constrict those muscles. It causes your vocal cords to vibrate, which causes sound to be heard. You can also see this in water. If you were to have a bowl of water and play a really loud sound near that bowl of water, you'll see the ripples. You'll be able to visually see the sound waves. Fun little science experiment for you. So sound literally moves in waves. We can see this with a different computer programs, and they're super cool and it's super scientific and not all my jam, but I like to watch them. But you can see the wave gets really big when the decibel is really big, and it's not so loud. It's little. The more space apart, the lower the pitch. Think the bigger the wave, the lower the pitch. You can also think of this in instruments. The bigger the instrument, the lower the pitch. Tuba, super big instrument, super low pitch. Little piccolo, little bitty instrument, super high pitched. So the bigger your wave, the lower the pitch. Smaller the wave, higher the pitch. And so amplitude, this measures how loud. So the amplitude is how tall the wave is. So the taller the wave, the louder it is. Shorter the wave, quieter it is. So look at these and take a moment and think, which one has the higher pitch? Remember, amplitude goes this way, goes up and down. Frequency goes this way. So it's not going to be medium. That's right in the middle. Let's look at the one that says low frequency. Remember, the bigger the wave, the lower the pitch. And then high frequency, see how the waves are really close together? That means it's got a really high pitch in comparison. So how do we even hear? We have our ears, and they're wonderful creations. We have the different parts of the ear. We have the outer, the middle, and the inner, which is deep inside. The cochlea, which is this lovely shell-shaped bone, this is what engages the auditory nerve and allows us to perceive sound. So sound gets funneled in through your ear. Your whole outer ear helps to funnel it in. It's designed to do that down into your ear canal, and it vibrates your eardrum, which in turn your cochlea vibrates and sends it to the auditory nerves so you can process that sound. The human range of hearing is about 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. This goes down as we age. So when you are really little, you've got a really wide range of pitches that you can hear. The older you get, those higher pitches, they kind of fizzle out. This is part of natural aging, but this can be unnatural too. Hearing loss is permanent. If you ever get that buzzing in your ears, that means to some degree you have experienced hearing loss. Hearing loss is permanent and you cannot get it back. Most is mild, but like I said, as you get older, it builds up and it accumulates over time. So hearing loss and exposure. Hair dryer. If you are listening to a hair dryer for 2 hours on end, you're gonna experience hearing loss. Firecrackers. If you're listening to fireworks for 1 to 2 hours on end with no hearing protection, you're gonna experience some amount of hearing loss. Power tools, anywhere from 2 to 15 minutes. It's not a lot of time. And if you're working with power tools, you need a lot more time than 2 to 15 minutes. So hearing protection, rock concert, less than 30 seconds, hearing loss. Fire engine, any exposure. Now, we're not talking like fire engine, you hear it way off in the distance. We're talking like it drove past your house and you were standing on the sidewalk. Like any exposure, hearing loss. You're too close, hearing loss. Now, this can be prevented. You can wear earplugs, headphones, something to cover your ears and dampen the sound, or avoid exposure or limit exposure. It's not possible to avoid hearing loss, but it is possible to take precautions to reduce it. Guys, your hearing is important. Do take measures to protect it. Now, here's a QR code. I want you to pause the video, scan this, take it off into the interwebs. This will take you to my Unit 1 playlist that I've created. There's several videos that I found that are interesting that talk about how sound is produced, how your ears process sound, how sound waves are formed, and how they interact with each other. This is not something I'm requiring you to do, but it's really interesting, and I think that you would really like it to extend your learning beyond what the course has to offer. Also, and there are some videos to help you prepare for Unit 2, which is coming up next. So watch those videos just to kind of prep you for what's happening next. Have a great day, guys.